many podcast episodes should you launch with? That's a little tricky question because there are two parts to think about. One is how many podcast episodes you are going to publish on the first day. And then, depending on your planned schedule, how many episodes you better pre-record so you would have time to figure out your process of producing, publishing, and marketing a podcast. Hi, my name is Marina Baraeva, and on this channel we talk about how to grow your business and personal brand. So when you plan to launch your podcast and think about how many episodes should you publish at the first day, the actual launch day, then I would recommend you to publish with 3 episodes. There were different discussions. Should you publish with 3 episodes, 5, or only 1? 3 is the average one. So 5, if you have a lot of episodes and you want to publish more, you can do that, but that's not necessary. Usually 3 is more than enough. When you publish only 1 episode, it's not enough for listeners to actually get a taste of what it's going to be. And from all those 3 episodes to which you're going to publish at the day 1, the first day, the first episode is actually called the episode 0. This is what people call when you tell about your podcast, maybe a little bit of your story, your reasons why you started a podcast, and why people should listen to this. Episode 0 is the introduction to what people are going to listen during the season if you have a seasonal podcast, or during the whole podcast, so whatever you decide to publish your episodes. Make it as long as you want. Enough for listeners to understand what is this about and who you are. If you're not sure what to publish in your episode 0, then I would suggest you to find the podcast which you really like and go to the very first episode, that 0 episode, and listen to it. Some people make it short, like 2 minutes, some people make it longer. It depends on the person's preferences, but you will hear the variety of ways how people start the podcast, why they started, and how you can craft your message and explain people what they will expect from you and your podcast. And then your second audio, which actually will be the episode number 1, is your regular episode. Whether it's an interview, your solo episode, or any form of podcast which you picked. If you still think about what podcast format to choose, watch this video where I talk in details about different podcast formats and the benefits for you and for the audience. So those 3 episodes, 1 is episode 0 and 2 the regular episodes, you publish at the first day of when you launch a podcast. This is when you can lead people to listen to the episodes, and if they want, they will subscribe to it. Then you get to the regular schedule that you want to keep up with. And when you launch a podcast, it's good to have the episode that you already recorded and you scheduled in the system. Pre-record at least 10 episodes so you would have time for producing new episodes. Don't overload yourself with the work. That will be enough for you for 1 or 2 month podcast episodes, so you can just publish them and get familiar with the process. It will be better if you have 2 or 3 months of episodes backed up. The popular podcasts plan their episodes half a year ahead. Some podcasts publish more in the first week, so they would have more episodes for people to get familiar with the podcast. Then they get to the schedule, but it's not necessary. You can publish your first episodes all together and then get to your weekly or bi-weekly schedule as you want. It's more important that it would be convenient for you, as you know, whatever you start, it will take time to get familiar with how things work, how to manage the whole process, how to publish your episode edits, find the guests for it. It all will take time. And you don't want to be in rush the last moment when you feel like, oh, I need to publish something. That happened to me when I launched my podcast. I launched it before Christmas and I couldn't find the guests. And even if I planned to have the interview-based podcast, I didn't know what I can post about because I didn't have any episodes planned. So I had to record the episode by myself. Well, that was a good experience, but I would prefer to keep up with the guests. And even if you have those 10 episodes that you recorded in advance and you schedule them, when you launch your podcast, start searching for new guests, start recording new episodes, because you will need time to edit them, to schedule in your scheduling system, the platform where you will publish it elsewhere, and to publish it on a website. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work. Having pre-recorded episodes help you to be consistent, and it takes away the pressure of the content monster. What I'm going to publish next, how to find a new guest. You will take time to find the guests and process your podcast. And then watch this video next, where I show you how to organize an easy-to-use podcast schedule that will help you to quickly manage and plan your podcast episodes. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button